they called the Coercive Acts. Now, number one, it's going to close the ports. No ships going out, no ships coming in. How could you conduct any business? Two, the city's put under martial law. You walk out your front door, redcoats everywhere. And three, courtrooms are closed. If you're accused of a crime, tough luck. They can take you to Canada or to England for your trial, where the jury is no longer the peers of your community. Your witness doesn't have money to cross an ocean to testify on your behalf. And when you look in the audience, not a familiar face among them who are going to have your back. So people in Massachusetts ask themselves, why would we be British if we're not receiving our British rights? And the other colonies, despite their differences, see what's going on in Massachusetts, and there's this growing fear, well, if they're taking away their rights, what's stopping them from taking away ours next? Are we next on the chopping block? Now this tension.
Go faster. This is your friend, Rojo. Pensaba, so this red one. Let's go. Continue. Seguimos. Sigue. Don't be shy. This way. It's this way. Faster. Faster is photo. You see? Nice. Good job. Daddy, make a photo.
Thank you. Watch your hand, okay?
Yes. Good. You stay here.
All right. I'm gonna stand over here, like I said, 30 seconds, give you some time to take some photos. But I want you to take a minute, right? You're coming from all over the world, all over the United States, some of the places. But I want you to take a minute. You're here in Philadelphia. You are here at Independence Hall. And the doorway that you just walked through has brought you what we consider to be the birthplace of the United States. I think one of the best lines in the Constitution is that we are creating a more perfect union. In my mind, these men never call us perfect. I don't know if we'll ever be perfect. But the fact that we can grow and change as a country and our Constitution changes with us, vital to the fact that we are still here. But that's a little towards the end of our story. Let's talk a little bit more about the revolution as it pertains to this room. So to rewind really quick, right? April 1775, the war officially kicks off, and then a month later, in May, the Second Continental Congress is meeting here. This is the first time all 13 colonies will be represented. As we said, preparing for war, but still seeking peace. That is not out of the question yet. They're going to wait and see how the next few months go. January 1776, right here in Philadelphia, a very famous initial draft. Thomas Jefferson hates every single one of them. But they do officially approve the wording on July. The summer of 1787, we have a constitution. Is it perfect? Far from it. These men would have been the first ones to tell you that. And yet they know, if we keep fighting and keep debating, trying to answer every question, our country's going to collapse in the meantime. I come in here every day, I ask myself the same question. How do you celebrate the accomplishments of these men and of these documents? Also knowing that they talk about ending slavery and they don't do it. That they wrote this beautiful phrase to start the Constitution, we the people. But they weren't thinking about me as a woman. They weren't thinking about the free or enslaved Black Americans. They weren't thinking about Native Americans. And for better or for worse, folks, that's our country's history. We got what we got. And yet here I am still very proudly talking about these things, because guess what? They know they don't have the answers. And maybe future Americans will. They give us such an important gift that the Constitution is amendable. It's changeable. So when we grow and change as a country, the document will change with us. The first one is a man by the name of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass was born into enslavement, but he self-emancipates and becomes an abolitionist, someone speaking out against slavery. 1844, right out that back door we came in, talks about just that, about ending slavery, where they once promised and signed that all men were created equal. One of my favorite quotes of his is this idea that if there is no struggle, there is no progress. But we have struggled, and we have made progress. Sure, we have a familiar face here, 1861. We have Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln is on his way to Washington, D.C. to be inaugurated as president. His state had already ceded the Union. We were on the brink of civil war. And despite that, in this room, Abraham Lincoln says, "I would rather be assassinated than to see the ideals of the Declaration be compromised." That's exactly what happens. Lincoln is assassinated for his belief that all men are created equal. And when they're bringing his body back to Illinois, they do stop one last time here at Independence Hall. Lincoln is laid in state right here for 24 hours. In that time, over 100,000 people coming through the windows, past his casket, out the other side, to stand exactly where you stand today to pay their respects. Amongst the parades and speeches is Susan B. Anthony, the woman on your right. She wants to give a speech about the women's right to vote, women's suffrage. They don't even let her on the stage. She doesn't let that stop her. She's a tough lady. She walks to the front, gives her speech anyway, and the crowd loved it. Because we were growing and changing. We're ready for the Constitution to change with us. I think one of the best lines to come out of the women's suffrage movement is this idea that all men and women are created equal.
No move. Stay here. Where we are? Philadelphia Liberty Bell. 真棒，免费参观，20分钟的课程。看11点进去，20出来。Very good. Daddy, where is Daddy? Ah, he's good student. Daddy is good student. Daddy is super nice. He knew a lot about his stories.
Yes.
And he has so many interests.
No, me ha gustado como hablaba ella.
Yeah, me gusta mucho. How she remember so many things.
Muy buena.
Is good teacher. No one good student. Let's go.
Sí.
我们结束了，我们
Me ha
要
gustado la visita, I like this visit.
Sí.
of the Independence Hall.
It's very
Tell
nice.
me the history about America.
And also it's free.
Está muy bien,
All the
muy bien.
all the history.
Sí, sí,
Todo
sí, todo. Que
history.
podrían haber sido una
Sí.
monarquía.
¿No?
Pero Franklin dijo que no, que seguían
Que
siendo
no,
república.
que no. ¿No?
Y el día de la
Franklin.
independencia es el 4 de julio de 1776, que es cuando se hizo aquí.
对。
Pero ¿cómo te lo vas a contar todo?
No me acuerdo, eso
Recuerda,
me acuerdo.
Daddy is
Eso
the
me
best
acuerdo.
about history and capital. Where is the capital?
The capital. The capital
Yeah.
is the most important.
There is
你
there.
不要敲，
Pennsylvania.
你不要敲哦，你不要这样拍我的手，你每次都拍我的手，
Y
每次都在
Pennsylvania se llama
拍，
Pennsylvania por pen.
每次都在拍掉，太坏了。
Pennsylvania.
Good job, good job. Say goodbye.
Goodbye. I like. Very nice.
Pennsylvania.
Also, gratis.
Pennsylvania. Pronounce.
Pennsylvania, no, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania en español.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.